Ashe, welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. Hopefully you are well and so are your families too. Let's tap into the energy, family. Divine, at this time, I ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read all reads and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. All negativity is not allowed here. Any negativity is not allowed here. I ask that you shield us from any negativity as we clear, cancel, and release it back to the universe. Ashe and thank you. All right, y'all, let's tap in because the energy today is all about digital deception, okay? Digital deception could come from online dating. Digital deception could come from you thinking you're reaching out to tech support in some sort of way and you haven't. Digital deception could come through your emails, your cell phones, etc. Okay, Spirit does have a message about navigating through these times. Wow. And first message that doesn't even belong here. Let's see what it is. The hedgehog love, okay? Positive, uplifting new friends, okay? So this could be the energy that you are stepping into, soon to be stepping into, okay? After a time or a period of being, I want to say, digitally tricked in some kind of way, okay? Only take what resonates though. And like I said, this could be online dating. This could be through, tech support, downloading software that you felt was going to protect you or something like that. Okay, this could, just however this message is going to resonate with you. But I feel like the overall energy is an uplifting one after a period of time where you may have been challenged in some sort of way. Okay, so keep this overall energy right here, family, because this is your overall energy. All right, so let's tap into the messages. Now, when I look over here at the other side, I do see something about go left, go right. Okay, mixed signals here. Okay, there could have been a disconnect between what is said and what was done. Okay, this could have caused some confusion. All right. Especially if things were very inconsistent and contradicting. Okay? All right? This is the message. So there were some things out there that could have been very confusing, very, contradicting. Okay? And your overall energy after this period of time. Okay, after you have gone through something like this, I also see that whatever it was that you went through, there could have been stains left here. Okay, so no matter how much you clean or scrub, okay, the stains remain. Now this energy right here is giving me, you may be nervous now, okay, after going through something that could have been digitally traumatizing. Okay, you could be nervous about clicking here, clicking there. Now everything is in question. Now you're questioning everything. I'm picking up, the overthinking energy, but in your case, whoever's resonating with this isn't about overthinking. You've actually experienced something. Okay, so it says no matter how much you clean or scrub, the stain remains. You can't fix what refuses to change. Okay. Now this is giving me the energies of, look, family, I'm going to tell you right now. This is a world right now where, look, it's gotten real treacherous. Okay. And it's gotten treacherous because I feel like, hey, I'm just going to call it out like it is. There are people in power that, you know what I mean? Prime example of someone taking advantage of a powerful position, okay? Where people felt things were going to be safe and turn in their favor, they actually did not, okay? This, I do believe, enhanced the attack of the digital realm. Okay? So let's see what else Spirit has to say about this. What else, Spirit, do you have to say about this at this time? Because I feel like, yeah, You know, you may, as I pick up this, and this is the only one left, you may have a very supportive circle. You may know a group of people that can help you out in situations. But for those of you who don't know those people and you are depending on yourself, this is where the challenge is. I feel like a lot of people could be easily targeted because these people know you, okay? They've dug deep into your everything, okay? Your shopping habits, your Amazon accounts, your Temu accounts. You know, they have, everything you've ever possibly bought or anything, okay, because this is what they do. They target energies or individuals they feel are easy targets. Okay, this is the energy I'm getting. All right, the mixed signals could be here now, also pertaining to online dating at this time. Okay, there's a lot of gaslighting. There's a lot of it's a threat. Look, Spirit just flipped over 3. It's a threat, okay? These are veiled threats here, okay? They could be tied to pop culture influences, okay? These could be the people that are telling the little white lies, all right? Some of you are actually having some sort of support mechanism, though, during these times, okay? Only take it how it resonates. And let me do it like this. The angles will switch over here on the channel, okay? It's just about what's best for the viewer at this time or whoever's resonating with this message. So let's start out with this first one here. Pop culture influences, okay? This is giving me that online dating type of energy, okay? I'm not stereotyping anyone, so don't take it personal, but I am saying that, you know, there is a lot of online dating going on. There's a lot of more mature men and women looking for younger men and women online, okay? For whoever this message is resonating with. A lot of these energies, right, do what this thing is called, and I think it's called something like, well, what is it called? It's catfishing. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate you. Catfishing. Okay. Some of you have fallen prey to catfishing. Okay. You get this picture of some beautiful, drop dead, gorgeous energy, and then you get there and it's not that. Okay. This is tied to a lot of the, you know, how they make their money type energy today. Okay. I'm also picking up from here with this energy coming out with the pop culture influence. Okay. I'm also picking up, no pun intended, a lot of people want to keep their relationships in the dark. Okay. With this go left or go right mixed signal type energy, it's like someone here or many people, okay, just may not just be you, but it may be many people that want to keep a lot of things in the dark. In doing so, there's a lot of covering up of things, okay? Somebody here could have experienced something where they were actually guided in the wrong direction. Go left, go right, okay? With this guide, I feel like it could have come from someone directing you on what to do and how to do it. You could have fallen into this threat. Okay. And when I say a threat, when someone's guiding you and you are not quite sure what you should do or how you should do it, and you are trusting that you are speaking to somebody that is for you or there to help you, that is definitely a threat. Okay. When you're hit with these types of veiled threats, it goes on to say, yes, subtle warnings were there. Subtle warnings were disguised. You saw the warnings, but you just couldn't really, you know what I mean? You just couldn't. It was like, dang, but this looks real. This looks real, right? Sometimes people can literally, okay, I am finding, man, shit, they can make a whole web page look like it's your page that you're on, okay? I'm finding this out. They can literally make the web page look like it's your page, okay? They can literally like tap into your phones, and a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people will be like, oh no, that can't happen, this can't happen. Let me tell you, it can definitely happen. Okay. I feel like everything comes through some sort of karmic lesson. Karmic lessons are all about learning, okay? So this veiled threat here says, subtle warnings disguised as something else, okay? Whether it's a language that suggested something for you, but harm without saying it type energy. Okay. So these are energies that could just sit back in the background and you're feeling like, yes, I'm being helped. Yes, I'm being da 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 da. And actually the whole time, no, they are not helping you. That will definitely cause a stain. Okay, this type of threat would definitely leave a stain. You will start questioning everything. You'll be more, I don't want to say your trust level, okay, when reaching out to people. And I'm not saying everybody is bad, but when you've been done wrong, it's like, I don't know if I want to talk to you type energy. Okay, because you may have stepped across or got with a group that was definitely telling some sort of little white lies to try to get you to unveil or to uncover or to give up some sort of information or some sort of, you know what I mean? And it felt like they were just confirming, yeah, we took you down type energy. Okay. This is the digital age. This is the war on the digital realm, the digital age. Okay. But I feel like somebody here, okay, with this, now with this supportive, and it's funny that this comes out here, with this supportive circle here, okay, I'm picking up on this little white lie as if, wow, that's a crazy energy, but okay, maybe you couldn't pull out of something. Okay, for whoever this is resonating with, maybe you couldn't pull out of something. Maybe the only way to pull you out of something was to actually pull you out of it. Eliminate it. Somebody was born in 96. Somebody could be 62. Okay. This is what I'm picking up on. Maybe there was something that was going to repeat over and over and over again. Maybe there is something here. Okay. With this, this says little white lie. Okay. Sugarcoating something. Okay. Providing some sort of band-aid to cover potential wound. All right. Somebody that's bending the truth or altering reality. Avoiding hurt feelings. Okay, these are all the things that people do when they're telling little white lies. So maybe there was something here that was just looking like it was something, but it could have been the divine. It could have been divine intervention. It could have been your angels, your ancestors, your spiritual team, kind of like sending in something to relieve you from something that could have been very harmful to you had you continued in such way. I am hearing. Interesting. Which I find it very strange that I just pulled these out of the box, and that means I need to start looking at every last single card because, or message card, because what is this saying? The hedgehog, love, positive, uplifting new friends. I feel like maybe somebody pulled you out of a toxic situation. Okay, you're not looking at it like that right now, but I'm telling you, you've got to be able to look at things from your higher self, higher perspective. I know, okay? Let me tell you how I know. Because karma, okay? The karmic type of energies that you deal with, right? You're going to get good karma or bad karma from it, okay? But a lot of the times, it's kind of like energies could have been sent towards you. I'm hearing somebody, energies, just energies, could have been sent towards you because they held a personal vendetta. The personal vendetta they held could have been off of something you said, some sort of content you published, but it was truthful. I'm also hearing it was because it was you. Okay, it was because it was you that called it out. Because I have seen these same energies be called out on YouTube, and these people's YouTube channels have stayed intact. You may have been an energy to where you called something out, but your stuff didn't stay intact. This is giving me this, yes. Ooh wee. Love is strange. Wow. Okay. Love is strange. Interesting. I feel a love-hate relationship here with that love is strange coming out. There could have been someone that pulled you out of a very toxic energy because of what you were going through. Because of what you were going through. Why did I remember that? Tell me more about this hedgehog and Love is Strange. Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you. Angel of Alchemy. Wow. So you can be an alchemist. You can be someone that transforms negative energy. You couldn't do it, though. Whatever you were doing, you could not transmute the negative energy. It was too much of it. Because it did come out in the reverse. So you couldn't transmute some sort of negative energy that was constantly coming at you, and it was very toxic, okay? In the upright, if you were able to alchemize that energy, okay, there would have been a miracle, but you couldn't alchemize this energy. This is a very frustrating energy too, because when you are like dealing with technology and you rely on it and things of that nature, this was an energy that was basing everything off of technology. And at the bottom of the deck, a time for spirit. I cannot make it up. It was a time for spirit. It was definitely a time for spirit. Okay. Yes. Someone here with this domestic servant energy. Okay. This is what I'm saying. It was because it was you. Okay. It had everything to do with you. You may have called something out that should have been addressed, but because it was you, you were the least bit of resistance. Okay. When you're the least bit of resistance for something, you damn right, they're going to attack you. Quick disclosure, I do cuss and curse and speak the truth and call out names on guided too. Okay. But I don't think I'll be calling out names. But there are energies, okay, that look at you as being a domestic servant. No, they didn't. Okay. They overlooked you. Okay. They overlooked you. They overlooked your contribution. There was some sort of essential support that might not be recognized or appreciated here. Now, this is giving me the energy between this Love is Strange and new uplifting, loving energies. Okay. And how spirit had to step in because you could not alchemize something. Ooh, and look how that flew out. So whereas you may be feeling as a domestic servant, somebody here is getting in your head. Okay. They could have done something to get in your head. Okay. This could have been from online to, dating. Okay. But whatever transpired, they were able to get into your head or something like that. Because you felt like, maybe they made you feel as if you were just nothing but a domestic servant. All right. Masculine and feminine energy light, but a lot of feminine energy out here. Okay. I feel like, you could have been dealing with a lot of different feminine energies. Okay, from a technical standpoint, from a troubleshooting standpoint, from an actual online dating standpoint, possibly even handing somebody your phone so they could help you with something, and then boom, bam, something happened. Okay, a lot of this is coming, it could be bringing about some family feuds. Okay. I'm also picking up that this could be tied to your family, okay? Especially if you're dealing with family members who are very upset, who are angry, who feel like, your life is, peaches and cream, theirs is not. I'm picking that energy up as well. It says family issues, okay? Internal fighting within, issues stemming from childhood or prolonged conflict. This is also giving me this energy of, generational trauma being passed over. Somebody Ooh, I don't want to say that, Spirit. Somebody in your family could have targeted you through this digital playing field. Mm. Yeah, something about you trusting in timing. Okay, trust in the timing. Be patient here. It says everything is falling into place at the perfect moment. Letting go of control, patience, and faith. Okay, you could have been targeted by your family. Your family could have put some people up to this. Yes. I don't know if it was behind trying to do some sort of people pleasing here. Somebody wanted you to take a back seat. It could have been a lover, okay? It could have been a past tense lover here. You could have been digitally attacked because of your family and a past tense lover that wanted you to take a back seat. This past tense lover couldn't, and would never try to do the things that you did. That's why you guys didn't work out. You're outside of the box. They were very much inside of the box. This domestic servant energy is giving me, people wanted you to be this people pleaser, but you may have just been a little more than that. Okay, not ego tripping, just telling you. Okay, just saying something. Okay, when it comes to your character, not just saying something, but when it comes to your character, people, they just look. Many just looked at you as being some domestic servant, okay? But I feel like that was here to people please or here to please people. But I feel like there was something else involved here. Tell me more. Yeah. You were this caterpillar that turned into a social butterfly, okay? Mm-hmm. You were somebody that possibly always thrived in some sort of social circle, okay? And you enjoyed interacting with others. Very popular, charming type of energy. But this is why they were able to possibly target you, because you're too damn nice. You're too friendly. You could be too friendly. Only take what resonates. Yes, I cannot make it up. You were too friendly within all of these stale relationships, okay? You're an easy target, okay? And no offense intended, please do not be upset. I'm not trying to talk you down or nothing, but I'm just saying when you're too damn friendly, you're an easy target, because a lot of people look at that as a weakness. They don't look at kindness as being strength. They look at kindness as a weakness, okay? So you were dealing with some sort of stale relationships here. Taking things for granted. These are the type of people you were dealing with. People that take things for granted, okay? Wanting you to feel trapped, wanting you to feel hopeless and helpless, okay, within the moment. This had everything to do with connections, whether they were actual continuity, internet, data connections, okay? But these had everything to do with connections. What is this? Yeah. This was like you in a very slow motion fight. Like the Matrix. Right? Okay. You were in a very slow motion fight within the Matrix when it came to this new digital age. Where you were, and I don't want to say you were taking things for granted, but you had an open heart. You were leading with kindness. They knew that about you. They know a lot about you. They also know your when you're fed up type energy as well. You may have been taking something for granted, or they could have been taking something for granted here. Okay. As well as the slow motion fight. Okay. This slow motion fight has a lot to do with back and forth energy. Should I go left? Should I go right energy? Okay. The fight that lasts a long time. Okay, you've been fighting for a long time for, number one, your independence. And when I say independence, I don't mean egotistical independence. I mean independence to where you don't have to keep dealing with the same energies that will bring you down. So you may have accomplished something and you were grateful, but it's something about you were not comfortable. Okay, something about you not being comfortable. Okay, but it says a fight that lasts a long time. Calm moments with uh, storms. Ooh, let me turn this on. I just don't want the glare to come into too much. So let me see. Oh, much better. Calm moments with small storms. Bad situations that last a long time. This has been your energy or the energy surrounding you, keeping you in that low vibrational energy. Okay. It was time to break away from that. That's why Love is Strange is out here, because maybe you could not, and let me move this over here. Maybe you could not break free from it for yourself, by yourself. Okay, this is where that independent energy of being able to alchemize, there may have been a lot thrown at you. Okay, it was coming from the digital playing field, it was coming from the online community, and when I say online community, I mean like when you do those community forums, when you reach out for help, okay, or things of that nature, there was something that was happening, but it was all tied around technology. Okay. um and that's why Spirit had to step in. Okay, this is divine intervention. This is your angels, your spirit team, I feel. Okay, stepping in to pull you out of something that could have been extremely toxic. Okay, especially if you're working on your healing, and you feel and you find out, damn, I'm working on this, and now this is happening, and now that's happening, and it just felt very overwhelming for some of you. Okay, some of you could still be going through this at this time. Yeah, because this was energy on the split that is unwelcome. Okay, it was unwelcomed energy, uninvited energy. They could have been looking at you as if you were uninvited, but in this reading, this was uninvited guest. Okay, they may have, infiltrated something of yours. Okay, but at that same token, like I said, looking at it from a higher perspective, what they infiltrated, and this is why it's so strange, and that's why it's a go left or go right type energy, because where you're looking like, oh my God, right? It's almost like, well, was it conducive for your health? I hope that makes sense and doesn't go over your head, right? For some of you, you could be platform owners. You could be energies that have gone through some sort of hacking type of thing, or someone has, pulled your account some kind of way. They have been after you for a minute. This is why your guard is up right now for some of you. Okay, especially when it comes to the space of social media and monetization. Okay. So this was very unwelcomed guest, uninvited guest energy here. Pushes their way in, okay? Won't take no for an answer, right? And refusing to let go. Annoying and unwanted energy. You may have had a hard time trying to pull yourself out of that. And this was like the tight spot, okay? On the other side of the deck, this was a tight spot. Something about you needing to face your fears here, okay? When it comes to the other man, other woman energy, okay? Something about the loyal fans, okay? You may felt like you have lost a lot of loyal fans, or you were feeling like, dang, what am I going to... And I don't like that word fans, by the way. Fans is tied to fanatic, okay? But, you may have had a loyal following for some of you, okay? I'm tapping into that energy. It's going to be a while before they actually probably find this content, but nevertheless, I'm going to speak it into existence that the messages will resonate and will be shared with who they need to be shared with. But see, this is a face your fears type energy, okay? Because you've always had that fear in the back of your head that something could be too good to be true, or you've just had this fear that might be where you were never able to become very comfortable, okay, in any situation, honestly, because you've always felt like somebody could have been looking at you like you're a domestic servant, okay? But it says here, transform your fear into power. Confront things that make you feel anxious, uncomfortable, or afraid. So you may be in this energy now, okay? This energy right here that I'm picking up on, it's kind of like the energy where, it's like you've been to hell and back, in a sense, okay? Especially with all that has been thrown at you, all right? But you've been through hell and back, okay? especially when you're dealing with other energies, masculine or feminine alike. Okay, the competition, someone getting in your way, stealing or taking what's yours, the rival enemy or frenemy. Okay, people posing as friends, really not friends, or people posing as someone or or persons that are there to help and assist, but really not being there to help and assist type energy. And therefore, this could have had you in a tight spot here. Okay, very difficult situation. You needed to figure things out. Something about being more strategic here. Okay, thinking outside of the box. All right. Many of you could have been thinking about your loyal fans. Like, oof, it says loyal fans, but I'm just going to say, loyal following or something like that. Okay, or a better way to say it. I had a soul tribe family. Okay, that's what I call them. All right, and they're still there. I feel their energy, but you know, these are people that saw you on the rise. Saw you, ooh, why am I picking up? Somebody watched you and it comes out with a confirmation that someone saw you as a distant star. Okay. So something that was happening right then and there. Okay. You were being recognized here. It says loyal fans. People are rooting for your success. They got your back, cheering you on through thick and thin. This is the energy of the Soul Tribe family for those who were there sincerely. Okay. They saw you as being and I just use that as an example, but for you, this could be, I feel like I am. The spirit at the bottom of the deck is saying hope. I feel like I am speaking to many who have gone through a loss. There were many people within the community I was in, or, a part of the community that were the online community, let me be very specific, that were, often expressing how things had happened to them. Now, where I could not resonate with it, I can resonate with it now. Okay. Now, where it was easy to say, just get back up and start over, I could say it, but now I had to be someone that actually has done it type energy. Okay, so they may have seen you being this distant star, far off. Okay, it says far off goal or dream that feels, what does that say? Far off goal or dream that feels more reachable with time, out of reach, but continue to inspire you. Okay, and it's broken up, so you may be feeling like there was something that was out of reach, but you just kept continuing on, you kept persevering, and that was an inspiration to you. Okay, I also feel like here with this hope being here, that somebody is being guided to keep going. Okay, something like that. All right, you're being guided to keep going, persevering through something. Okay. This deck is so thick, y'all, I can't hold it all. So, yeah. You're being guided to keep going, okay? Um, ooh. There could have been some sort of electric chemistry here, okay? There could have been some sort of attraction that you had. I'm picking up somebody could have become attracted to you and you not even know it, okay? I don't feel that it was so much a sexual attraction. I feel like it was more or less an attraction to you possibly being what they thought was maybe sexy or something. But it says electric chemistry, can't get enough of each other physically, too hot to handle attraction. Okay, now this is going back over to the energy of love is strange. Okay, there may have been somebody in your communities, okay, whether it's online. This is not going to resonate with everybody, okay? But many of you now are in the digital era of content creation, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all these other types of energy, avenues that our digital content creators are in. Wow. there could have been something that caused you to, lose a streak. Or I feel like with this losing streak, it was definitely like low vibrational, draining energy. That is why it feels like divine intervention. Someone coming in, they saw, or they felt your energy being pulled away from you. It says, yeah, nothing seems to be going your way. um, you could have been experiencing that. Okay. Everything you were trying, it just wasn't going your way. This is when you can't alchemize that much negative energy, right? So nothing was seeming to go your way. Okay. There was some sort of consecutive failures or setbacks. Okay. Downward momentum. That is what you were watching take place. Okay. That could have been because there was some sort of identity crisis happening. Not saying anything about that, but it does say identity crisis, right? And it's saying feeling unsure of uh, who you are or where you belonged. Okay. Now, whew, that's that push and pull energy. Okay. That's that energy right here where there's a push and pull. Okay, you're high vibrational, you're uplifting, but then you were being hit with with a lot of low vibrational energies, and then on top of that, you're being hit with it from a technological standpoint. Okay, and then on top of that, sometimes you're thinking, why did I do that? Why did I click there? Why did I click there? Why did I accept that date for her or him online? I shouldn't have been online. Or why did this happen? And you know what I'm saying? A lot of why questions. Okay, I feel like you started questioning things, and once you started questioning things, it started bringing things to the forefront. People wanted to get in your energy to make you feel insecure in some sort of way. But I feel like after being pulled out of such negative toxicity, Spirit is saying there is some sort of joyful reunion here. Okay? Reconnecting. Let's see. Yes, reconnecting with a loved one, bringing deep happiness, excitement, relief, and fulfillment. Okay. Or just reconnecting with your communities, however that may be. Okay. But whatever it is a rejuvenating love. It is bringing something back into perspective so that everybody is in alignment. Yeah, woo. Because there was judgmental stares, there was a lot of judgmental stuff here, there was a lot of shade throwing. I'm telling you, there were sniper bullets flying at you left and right. hmm You could have been really trying to mind your own business, but you felt the energy of a lot of negative toxicity, a lot of evil eye energy. This is what I'm picking up on. Okay. You felt the evil eye energy. You felt the negative toxicity. Okay. So when someone puts your name in their mouth, shade was coming in left and right. You could not alchemize all of that energy. A lot of people could have been, like I said, evil eyeing, judgmental stares, right? Feeling, you could have been feeling targeted, right? And you could have been feeling targeted over the position or over the choice you made, okay? Take it how it resonates. But you felt targeted. You felt targeted, okay? That's just that simple. You could have felt targeted, all right? Yeah, there was social pressure here, feelings of self consciousness. Okay, so it was something like you're like, well, what did I do? And what it is, and I'll tell you once again, it's not what you did. It was just who you were doing it. hmm it was you were this domestic servant calling shit out. That's what it was. That's how it was viewed. Okay, right. A lot of social pressure here. It was like somebody could have put people under some sort of, social pressure to come for you because in their eyes, mind, and body and soul, to them, you were just a domestic servant. Who are you to call out anything? hmm And they were being led by outside opinions here. Yeah, it says outside opinions are affecting their energies or their decisions, or you know what I'm saying, whatever it was, as well as outside opinions could have also been affecting you, okay? Affecting your decisions, your feelings, okay? Your obligated energy, whoever you were obligated to at that time, others feeling judged or over, what is that? Judged or observed, okay? There was something that could have been happening. You could have been feeling like you were being observed. hmm And then we have this in the upright. Yeah. See, and for some of you, you're not into having babies anymore. So there was no baby trap situation here for this online dating energy that's out here too. But there could have been somebody that did want to do this. They did want to trap you with a baby. Yeah. But whatever happened or whatever took place, it is a tragic comedy. Okay. This is something that you can look back on and say, hey, that happened. Was it a laughing moment? Not exactly. Was it a moment of unrest, distress, and some more things? Yes. But then you had to change your perspective, step into your higher self, right? Stepping into your higher self is like weighing out the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. Okay. Every lesson is a karmic lesson, whether it's good or bad. It's a karma lesson. Okay. When it's a bad lesson, it could be tied to karmic energies. Okay. Either way it goes, a karmic lesson is all about living and learning through some things. All right. So you had tragic comedy here. It says it's funny because it's so tragic. Okay. Preposterous. It makes you laugh at your own pain. Exactly. Okay. Because whatever took place, you were able to be like, damn. Okay. This is one of them damn moments. And then you must pick yourself back up type energy. Okay. In order to be able to laugh at your own pain instead of sitting in it and waddling in it. Okay. So whatever took place, it was a lesson well learned, I must say. Yeah. Spirit is saying believe it. Sorry about the light. Let's do this. Spirit is saying believe it. It was definitely a lesson well learned. Okay. Yep. And this could have been tied to a deal. Okay. There could have been money involved with this. Okay. There could have been a substantial amount of money involved in this. Really. I can't make it up because it was tied to some sort of toxicity. You could have been loving what you were doing, but it was still toxic. It was full of drama. It was full of addictions. It was full of love-hate relationships. Okay. One more. Yeah. It had everything to do with the project. Everything to do with the project. Okay. So I'm going to leave this message here. Hopefully it brings you some clarity. All right. And let's get ready to close out. Thank you so much, Divine, for allowing us to be here. I ask that you continue to keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Ashe.